If you want people to rise to the challenge, don't start by pointing out what's lacking. Start by showing them who you believe they can be. People will step into a higher level of performance when you give them something worth living up to. Hello, I'm Frankie, founder of Auto Dojo, the path to excellence, and welcome to today's Auto Dojo Quick Hit. 5 minutes, 1 skill, 0 excuses. Let's go. Dale Carnegie understood something that changes everything. People tend to become what we expect of them. That's why one of the most powerful things you can do in sales, in management, and in life is to give the other person a lofty reputation to live up to. That means when you meet a customer, a teammate, a manager, or even a family member, you don't start by labeling them as difficult, weak, clueless, irresponsible, or unmotivated. You start by looking for what they're already good at, what they might be capable of, and what kind of person they could become if someone believed in them. That matters in the dealership because we don't know what someone is carrying when they walk in. They may have a critical parent, a tough spouse, old shame around money, or years of being told they're not good enough. If you treat them like they're already small, they'll stay small. But if you treat them like they're capable, they'll often rise to match that expectation. That's why it's so powerful to compliment not just the person, but also their child, their pet, their taste, their effort, or their stability. Sometimes a customer will appreciate a compliment about their kid or their dog even more than a compliment about themselves. Why? Because it says, I see what matters to you. This is huge for managers too. If you want a team member to improve, don't just point out what they're doing wrong. Let them know what they already do well. Call out the potential that you see in them. Let them know you believe they can be more than they've shown so far. When your people feel faith in them, they often start to have faith in themselves. And be liberal with your encouragement. When people are struggling, encouragement can change the whole direction of their behavior. If you tell somebody they suck at something, you usually kill momentum. If you make the thing seem possible and you let them know you believe they can do it, they'll often practice longer, work harder, and stick with it until they succeed. That's the magic of positive expectation. What gets encouraged gets repeated. What gets believed in starts to grow and multiply. Think about the story of Roger Bannister. Until 1954, people thought the 4-minute mile was impossible. Then Bannister crushed that belief. And once people saw that it could be done, dozens the following year, and now to this day, over 2,000 others have done it too. Why? Because belief changed. The thing that used to seem impossible became possible. That's the power of belief. And that's what happens in sales too. When a customer thinks a tech feature is too complicated, too advanced, or too much for them, your job is to make it feel possible. When a teammate thinks they can't handle a process, your job is to break it into something they can succeed at. That's why hands-on time matters so much with vehicles. Don't just tell the customer the technology is easy. Let them touch it. Let them use it. Let them drive it while it's working. Let them experience success with it in a safe and simple way. And you have to teach them that. The best way to learn is to do. The best way is to believe is to do repeatedly. If you can help a customer believe they can figure out the infotainment screen, the safety systems, or the performance technology, you've already removed a big barrier to the sale. And if you can make that experience feel easy, they'll feel more confident, not just in the car, but in themselves. That's the real power here. Whether it's your customer's confidence with features and tech or your confidence with a difficult task or process, confidence grows through experience and experience grows through repetition. But neither of those happen without encouragement. When somebody succeeds at one thing they thought was hard, they start to believe they can succeed at more things that once felt impossible. That creates momentum, that builds repetition of success, and that creates a whole new identity. And that's true for you too. If you see yourself as someone who can figure things out, grow, and improve, you'll act differently. If your team sees themselves that way, they'll perform differently. If your customer feels that from you, they'll trust you more quickly. So the lesson here is simple. Give people a reputation to live up to and encourage them like their future depends on it, because sometimes it does. So go do it now. For your next customers this week, commit to doing these 3 things. First, say something that shows you believe in their ability. Second, find one specific thing to praise that they do well. Third, if they seem unsure about something, break it into 1 or 2 simple steps and let them experience success with it. Why is this important? Because people tend to rise to the level of belief they feel from others. When you give someone a strong identity to step into, they're more likely to become that person. When you encourage progress, you build confidence. And when you help people believe that they can do something hard, you create trust, momentum, and real growth. In sales, that means more confidence, more buy-in, and more deals. In life, it means helping people become who they were meant to be. And managers, that makes you a powerful leader. So go take action, keep the customer first, and go dominate your floor. To receive these directly into your inbox every week, scan the QR code you see here, and I look forward to serving you in the Auto Dojo soon.